Hi, my name is Rose Sedillo, and I am in charge of the Amazing Grace Ministry, which includes the Amazing Grace Prayer Group and other activities within the church to help the community of the Antelope Valley. The ministry started way back about 40 years ago with the Blazing Spirit Prayer Group, and it started out in the homes, and then it expanded to raising funds to build the church. And then when I took over about 10 years ago in 2010, we noticed that we needed more support too at night. So we went from morning sessions to night sessions. And then from there, we were getting a lot of people in that were sick, unemployed, or struggling with life. Based on that, we started to notice that people had basic necessity needs. Although they were sick and unemployed and struggling with life, we started helping them with bags of food. And then I would take them to get government assistance and other nonprofit assistance, whether it be food, allowance for food, or allowance for housing. And then sometimes what happens is because they're having medical problems, then I started helping them fill out their paperwork to get either a state disability or Social Security disability or whatever assistance we can help them with. We expanded to invite people into our ministry, and so based on that, we also opened up English as a second language class, and then based on that, we help people pass the citizenship test, and then we help them with their benefits. So not only we were helping the English-speaking people, but we were helping all foreigners, people from all over the world. What happened was when someone was sick, they would call me. So we would visit them in the hospital, and then we realized they needed a priest. They needed the anointing of the sick. So we would call the priest to come in and give them the anointing. And as we helped people over time, we also realized there was a lot of other things that were missing, like putting food on the table and paying their mortgage or their rent. So we started getting into housing allowance and then medical coverage and everything that we can. About 5 years ago, during 2017, the members of the group were so appreciative of all the help that we've given them. So they wanted to give back. So what we did was we started helping feed the homeless that were coming through St. Vincent de Paul. And then while we were helping them, we were also helping the parishioners and the people that were in the streets, living in the streets. And so then what we did, we were doing both services, and then just recently we started to mainly focus on, our primary concern was the homeless on the streets. Saw a dying need for helping the homeless on the streets. While everyone lost their jobs during COVID time, we noticed that not a lot of people were able to donate to the homeless on the streets. So we had a lot of funding and a lot of donations coming into our ministry to support the homeless on the streets. So we started working with the school district, working with other organizations, pass out lunch bags to families in need. And on top of that, we were still helping many people in our parish that were sick with COVID or whatever issues they were going through, whether they were unemployed. We noticed that not only were we feeding the homeless, but there were a lot of volunteers that came in because they wanted to see the face of God. They wanted to see Jesus in the eyes of the poorest of the poor. We started making bags of blessings, which included hot meals, a hot breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then we were including any kind of cans, bags, or boxes of food, also hygiene packages. We meet Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to noon to prepare the meals and cook. And then we also meet Thursday to bring everything up to a boil and then package it up to be delivered. So far we have about less than 5 on Wednesday coming, and then we have about 20 coming on Thursdays to pick up the meals and actually distribute it. And then we have other people outside the ministry donating and also baking. So depending upon the amount of volunteers we have, so far we have been packaging up 110 the first and the third Thursday of the month. And then the 2nd and the 4th and 5th week of the month, we also package about 25 to be distributed. So on Thursdays, we come in at 7 a.m. and then they leave. Our goal is always to have the distributors leave by 9, and then we shut down and finish by 10. On Thursdays, we come at 7 a.m. and bring everything up to a boil and then start packaging it. Then the distributors will take it and pass it into the community. And what they do is they're given different routes throughout Lancaster and Palmdale areas. And we do have another group that goes down into the Santa Clarita and LA area. I would like to invite you all to join me in the Amazing Grace ministry, especially in the ministry to feed the poor under the Works of Mercy. And if you would like to donate, we greatly would appreciate that. If you would like to help and serve, we could use some cooks. We could use people that are involved in planning and preparing. You're welcome to contact me. The information will be in the bulletin. Thank you so much.